Hello, I'm talking about how to have a good, healthy networking. I think to have a good, healthy networking, you need to pick the right ones to be your friends. And when I say right ones, I mean people who inspire you, people who make you feel comfortable, people who encourages you. Well, not necessarily all the time, but someone who, naturally brings a smile to your face whenever you think of them. Those are the kind of friends that you need to have in your life to have a great life. You don't want friends who are not as empathetic. Some people are like that, unfortunately, but I can't come up with any clear example from my point of view. In my life, I feel like all my friends are either good or great. No one's like really a bad friend. In case my friends are watching this, I will say there's a huge chance you fall in the category of being a great friend. And okay, so I think yeah, to be a great friend, to have a great friend, you need to become one. So like if you want, I discussed about how people, sort of in my earlier videos, I think it was the video on inner peace, I believe, and I talked about how listeners tend to mirror the speaker. Same thing. You sort of, if you want to be treated with respect, you treat others with respect. If you want to be treated with integrity, you have to have good integrity. So we can control what kind of friends we have by being the kind of friend we want to become. To have. And that also includes having good habits. As I said earlier, like you need to have, if you want to go to gym constantly or go to karaoke constantly, you tend to mingle you tend to mingle basically with the people who will be like, who likes those kinds of activities. I was about to say mingle and jingle, which sounds kind of weird, but why not mingle and jingle, and socialize and get to know them, etc. And it's so important that you be with friends who cherish you as a person, and I think that's really important because you know there's a saying that says, how does it go again? Seasonal friends and lifetime friends. And lifetime friends, I tell you, I know a lot who will be my lifetime friends. I know right away. They like the same things I do, and those things kind of never change. I love watching movies, going to the theater. I love I basically love listening to nice music. A lot of one of person I know, I'm not allowed to say who, is really good at singing, and he is quite inspiring with his songs. Maybe someday I'll have his permission to say who he is. But also, like, I think if you want to have good social circle, you not only habits or like change who you are, or just being nice, friendly, etc., helpful, and having good habits like going to the gym, you tend to attract like-minded people. Not only that, but also like watch out what kind of aspects of another person you recognize to be a bad influence. If someone is like a little pushy or like always adding like peer pressure, chances are that that person is not a good friend. There is such thing as those kind of people. And I would say this: toxic people do exist, but they're not always toxic. Maybe it's the way they are at the moment. They're not always toxic. I'm just humbly asking to, watch out for this kind of toxic people. They, don't get too caught up with the word toxic people. Let's just call them toxic at the moment people. Toxic at the moment people are people who are usually very stressed or lost in their life, or mostly stressed, right? But if they're lost in their life, chances are they're idling and then they waste time and then they make you waste time. But that's an extreme version. Now, I had to be careful. I don't want myself to sound like someone who make people sound permanently bad, right? Like some people do, some people do drugs, right? I had to stay away from people who does drugs. It's not good for you. It's not good for the habits. Health, and not good for the people around you. Okay, yes, there are outliers. There are people who smoke who are super intelligent. I don't know them personally in my life. Let me think. Well, there may be some, but there's one good friend of mine who smokes. I tried to convince him to stop smoking, but I won't say his name. Privacy. And I think going back to what I was saying, like recognizing bad habits, they could be very subtle. They could also be like how one person treats another friend, how they may be unfair, etc. And so it could be a conversation, etc. Right? And then you recognize that, and then you stay away from that friend. I feel like this video seems like a random topic, but I just thought like I tried to narrow down last night what kind of topic I want to talk about, and this topic can be like really, really relevant to like it's universally relevant. I was hoping for that so that people can relate to it, and it seems easy to recognize who's good and who's bad, and it seems like basic math. But trust me, it may take a lifetime to notice like two things. One, you finally realize one person is not that great, and then the opposite. You always thought that person's not that cool, but he's actually really cool once you get to know the person. So what I'm really trying to say is, sorry, it took like maybe 10 minutes in for me to say this. It may take a lifetime to differentiate between people who are really nice and people who are not really nice. It takes time, but there are definitely more good people out there than bad people, unless they're a psychopath. But still, it's a very good, important skill to know. It could be a lifelong thing, but here's my argument: you could shorten the cliche. Oh, it takes a lifetime to understand that. It might take instantly. It might take a few seconds or a few days to really know. It could avoid a lot of pain and trouble and suffering and unnecessary waste of energy, etc. And I think that's important. I learned psychology in university, and I think it helped me better understand myself and others, and better understand community. Sometimes I can think things differently. I'm not trying to say I'm unique against the general population, but sometimes I feel, if I didn't take psychology, I wouldn't recognize certain things, and then wouldn't be able to, adapt in the last minute, as opposed to if I haven't learned psychology. And so I feel my YouTube channel can be a way to sneakily stuff in useful information I've learned from my degree, and I think people can really benefit from it. Continuing the path of psychology is not off the table. It is at the moment off the table, but it's something, in general, psychology is something I'm still very much interested in. I'm still interested in how people think, how people feel, how I can adapt. I'm interested in criminology, psychology, or cultural psychology, especially criminology, right? Like, you get a sense I haven't said a single thing that might have made you go, "Wow, that's a really interesting thing." No, it might be that you find what I'm saying interesting, but I haven't shocked you yet. But let me tell you, like, I think, hey, who knows? Maybe you're a psychopath. But anyways, my video is definitely about recognizing who's good people and who's bad people. Like, and also you can tell by how long they were friends with another friend. Like, if they don't know, if they have like super high amount of Facebook friends and he or she only knows few of them really well, chances are they're really smart. Smart people tend to have few friends at a time. No, I disagree with saying all. Like, smart people only have few friends forever. It's more like few friends at a time, right? But that doesn't mean they're like they're bad or something. But it could be like their friendships didn't work out. So these are the signs to look out for, and it can save you a lot of trouble. But on the flip side, take risks. Be friends with all kinds of people, personality-wise. Explore, have fun, but also keep keep a clear boundary so that people can respect your boundaries. I feel like I hope what I say is helpful in any way, shape, or form. It sounds like very rudimentary, like very, very basic, but if there's even a slight chance like this video lands in front of someone who needs to hear it, then I think I served my YouTube channel 30 days challenge purpose. I mean, like, if there may be some interesting, useful things, like in each video there's something that can help other people, but then each of them is about different topics, and hopefully people can click around, etc. But I also really hope, like, because I faced the trouble, like sometimes I not to name names, but I definitely had friends whom I wished I never met, but then somehow I'm still friends with them and we got along, etc. But in retrospect, I really feel I matured from my experience. Well, which is why I say experiment. Hang out with anybody you want. And that's probably why you should hang out with anybody you want. You get to experience. Even if it's like a toxic relationship, you guys still can be great friends, right? But what I'm saying in my video is try to recognize earlier signs to avoid future trouble. And if you're already friends with someone who actually is a secretly toxic person, it's fine. You still learn something, right, along the way. And one thing, despite anything I just said in this video, is that everybody deep down is a very good person. Like, it takes conscious effort to be a very bad person. It's a conscious effort to become a bad person. So yeah, be good, be like nice, have good habits, have interesting activities that can attract like-minded people and be part of your friendship circle. And make sure you read early signs in the earlier stages of interactions, like their history, their background, etc. And then it's great if you have lots of good friends, and in human nature you can't be 100% guaranteed, so you will have bad apples in your social circle, but it's okay. Everyone's capable of becoming good, and there's always something to learn from each other. And please don't use this video as a way to conclude that I'm a cynical person. In real life, my friends all think I'm really nice, and they know me. I always speak the truth. Yeah. And if you're a friend watching this, click and like and subscribe. If you're not a friend, hey, let's get to know each other. And thank you for hearing me. I really appreciate it. Yeah. Hope you have a wonderful day. Thank you for hearing me. Bye-bye.